I don't think we should have two 80-year-old candidates to lead this country and to be a beacon of democracy in the world. Our star is fading. We have other potential leaders, and I don't know why people are not letting go of power when they should.
What do you think of Joe Biden?
Oh, he's done a great job.
I think up to this point he's done a good job.
If he's on the ticket, I'll vote for him.
Well, I think he's done a great service to the country, but you know, at 80-something years old, I think he's a little bit past his prime to run for another election.
Another 4 years is going to be kind of hard for him. I mean, with the slip-ups and the talks and whatnot.
There's some concerns about his cognitive abilities and his age. Do you think that's a concern for you?
Not really.
Oh, no, because everybody forgets something at one point of time.
For example, instead of saying Vice President Harris, he said Vice President Trump.
Yes.
He also called Zelensky Putin. Do you think that that will have a long-term impact on Biden's reputation?
I think people recognize that it's gaffes, and that's part of the reason it took him so long to ascend to president, because he always had gaffes.
I don't think it's the last straw, but it's a continuing trend of his mental decline, and so I think people should be concerned.
I have some concerns, you know, obviously with after the debate in particular, right, and worry about the next 4 years.
But it's concerning, but not so much that I wouldn't vote for him.
That's no man or no woman that doing business or nothing have made a mistake. Not period.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
I don't think very highly of him.
I would describe Donald Trump as a criminal narcissist. I mean, I just can't believe that in this country we're allowing somebody with such a horrendously awful background to have credibility in media.
I don't think that someone who's as mendacious as he is, as morally corrupt as he is, should be the Republican potential nominee.
And ain't no way that he could be president when you done did all this crime and did all these things, and then you still walking around free, and you can run for president of the United States for real?
I already thought both the guys were pretty much too old. I wish we could do better with the big population we have.
What do you think about Kamala Harris? Do you think that she could run as the Democratic candidate?
I like her in theory, but you know, honestly, I'm not sure what she has accomplished in the last 4 years. She's been pretty much under the radar. I don't think that she has a record of achievement that really qualifies her to be the candidate.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I haven't seen enough of her to really judge how she'd be.
If Biden were to step aside, Harris would be the logical choice for many reasons. She's a known face, she's been vetted, and she would inherit a lot of that campaign finance that's already gone through. Polling suggests that she would do a little bit better, but I mean, there really aren't any candidates that knock it out in the polls, but it's really hard to tell, like, you know, based on these polling numbers.
I think it would be harder for her to win with the state of U.S. politics now.
What do you mean by that?
Just because I think there's a lot of people that just like wouldn't vote for a woman, which is depressing, but you know, that's just kind of the state of how things are.
How do you predict the US election outcome being?
I think like a lot of people, you know, we wish there were different options, you know, than these two, but given the options that we have, I think it's going to be close. You know, I have concerns about how it's going to shake out, but I think it's, you know, this is going to be one of the closer ones that we've had in a while.
In the long run, I believe that Biden gonna win. He's gonna win.
I think Trump's gonna win, just on the sake of like that. The debate kind of went bad for him, and then just lately with his pushback against his own party members of him dropping out, it's kind of hurting him on the inside. So I think Trump's gonna win, but again, it's gonna be close.
I think that now that Biden is back in center stage and Trump is kind of in center stage, and then the people are starting to think about the election, I think that will change. Trump isn't popular. He never was popular. People don't like him. Republicans don't like him. There's a group that has been marginalized for so long that now they have found their calling. They found their club. They can belong to something. It's a movement. It's a fascist movement.
I've been tossing around. I'm not sure. You know, I think a lot of people, whether it's Biden or somebody else, want to try to stop Trump, but Trump has a real chance of winning too.
How would you feel if Donald Trump wins the election?
It would be a global travesty. The man is not fit to be in office.
How do you feel about the state of US politics at the moment?
It's very dreadful. I mean, I don't think we should have two 80-year-old candidates to lead this country and to be a beacon of democracy in the world. Our star is fading. We have other potential leaders, and I don't know why people are not letting go of power when they should.
I think right now, like most of the people up there, I haven't heard a lot about stuff for my future. You know, I haven't heard a lot of bills getting put into place to help protect my future. I mean, again, the housing crisis is a mess. So it's kind of weird. Like, neither president has really said anything that's going to help my generation, people like me. So it's weird who to vote for because both sides have promised nothing.
It's so polarized. It's like no cooperation. Everything is just for the agenda. It's for, you know, like it's just to get votes. It's not for like the good of anyone.
It's too polarized compared to when I grew up, and yeah, I would just really like to have some more choices. And the two-party system pretty much hijacked the debates and everything else.
Why do you think it's got so polarized?
I think it's partially because of that two-party system, because whichever party's in control just has to be obstructionist and wait for the ball to come back to their court.
Confused and scared, ignorance. The old rule book has been thrown out. We don't know. We don't know how things are going to go. You know, you see Biden up there doing policy stuff and trying to be presidential, and then Trump out there just throwing out insults and you know, making sound bites. I mean, that's just not how American politics used to work. I think that at some point the system is going to break, and you know, maybe that's what the system needs. I mean, every system does it. England just, you know, had a massive reorganization of their principles, and you know, maybe it's time for that to happen here.